The U.S. Senator who went to El Salvador yesterday and talked to a wrongly deported man from the United States, tonight saying this isn't about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, this is about the liberty and justice for every American. Even the U.S. Supreme Court voting unanimously to bring Garcia home. The senator's discussion with Mr. Garcia, incredibly moving. President Trump, by the way, today calling the senator a fool. Mike Marza here now with the very latest developments.
Bill and Sandra, President Trump also said that he's fake and that the Democrats are fake. A lot of stuff at play here. You mentioned the courts. They've been pretty clear, saying the Trump administration must facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to the United States. We know today the White House says that's not going to happen. El Salvador, where Abrego Garcia is currently being held in that mass prison, it says this is not going to happen. Abrego Garcia has really become the face of President Trump's controversial crackdown, but the senator you're about to hear from calls this an American issue, saying the White House has been lying about the case. Fresh off his visit to El Salvador, Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen just landed back in Washington, D.C.
This should not be an issue for Republicans or Democrats. This is an issue for every American who cares about our Constitution, who cares about personal liberty, who cares about due process, and who cares about what makes America so different.
He met with accused gang member Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who lived in his state of Maryland before being deported.
He said he felt very sad about being in a prison because he had not committed any crimes. When I asked him what was the one thing he would ask for in addition to his freedom, he said he wanted to talk to his wife, Jennifer.
President Trump blasted the senator.
Look, he's a fake. I know him. I know them all. They're all fake. And they have no interest in that prisoner.
The White House again today saying Abrego Garcia is never coming back to the United States. El Salvador's president posting online, now that he's been confirmed healthy, he gets the honor of staying in El Salvador's custody, despite the Department of Justice filing March 31st that says that he was deported to El Salvador because of an administrative error.
Agents of law enforcement are abducting our neighbors and disappearing them to foreign prisons. And the response from the Democratic Party at the federal level has been pathetically weak and ineffective.
A rally in New York today called on Albany to free wrongly detained New Yorkers and condemned deporting people to El Salvador's notorious mega prison.
ICE is shipping off our neighbors to concentration camps because they disapprove of their tattoos.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia has become the face of the immigration crackdown.
And I keep him in my prayers to bring him back home.
His wife, Jennifer, on GMA this morning.
I won't stop fighting until he returns home.
In 2019, a judge ordered Abrego Garcia must not be sent back to El Salvador, a country he ran from at the age of 16 after a local gang threatened to extort and kill his entire family.
Is an illegal alien, MS-13 gang member and foreign terrorist.
But a federal appeals court scolded the administration yesterday, writing the government asserts that Abrego Garcia is a terrorist and a member of MS-13. Perhaps, but perhaps not. Regardless, he is still entitled to due process. Abrego Garcia has no criminal history, so why the accusation of MS-13 affiliation? Well, the Department of Justice released a police interview note. When officers approached Garcia and other people for loitering in a Maryland Home Depot parking lot back in 2019, officers said that Abrego Garcia had a hat and hoodie with insignias suggesting gang culture. They say a confidential informant told police that he was, in fact, a ranking member of MS-13. But Abrego Garcia's attorneys say then present that in court and let it play out. Of course, they can't do that until he's brought back here, if he's brought back here to the United States.
About American justice. That's what this is about. All right. Thank you, Michael.